Sunday reflection, 29th October. Today's Gospel is Matthew chapter 22, verse 34, 44. And one of the Pharisees came to Jesus and putting him to the test, he asked him, what is the greatest law, commandment in the scripture? And Jesus says, the greatest commandment. Listen to it. What he says. This is the commandment given to you, given to me, given to every Catholic, every Christian. The greatest commandment, says Jesus, is to love your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul, and with all your strength, and to love your neighbor as you love yourself. And that is our true faith. That is our true reality of walking with Jesus Christ on a daily basis. Love. If you look at your own desires, if you look deeply at your own desires, daily planning and actions, your goals, you can see, some of them you even unconsciously you make them. You can see that your only and the most powerful desire is love, meaning to love and to be loved. And that takes place in the relationship, not through smartphone, through social media, no, personal relationship. So Jesus speaks about love, and is the most powerful gift and story of your entire life. You want to love and to be loved. You want to share that experience of love with others, to waken up those who've got lost in the darkness, to bring them back to their own dignity. That is dignity. Love is dignity. Love based on loving God with all who you are is really dignity. If you look again closely at your own actions, desires, planning, it is against the human nature to hate. You don't want to hate other people, self. It is against human nature to kill. Honestly, is against. You do not want to kill other people or self. It is against human nature to destroy, to gossip. You know, this gossiping, it makes people really far away from the true who God is and who they are. So it is against human nature. Love. And Jesus says, love your God. That is very important. We notice that. You see it. Love your God with all who you are. He doesn't say, love your God with all your mind. No. Of course, many of nowadays people, they try to approach and to know Jesus by the logic, intellectual approach. And that is not the capacity to love God and love self and your neighbor. He doesn't say, love my God, my Father with emotions. And for many people nowadays, emotions are the most important thing. I feel good, meaning I love and I am loved. I do not feel good. I am not loved and I do not love. And that is not the story. So Jesus says, love your God with all who you are. All who you are. Then you know how to love your neighbor, and you know how to love yourself. How to love yourself. I remember I was running a workshop for young people in Livingstone, Zambia, and I asked them one question: Do you love yourself? It was good to listen to their stories, answers, and many of them says, "No, you cannot. It is wrong. It is egoism. It is selfishness." It's quite interesting how other people's experiences of life, and how the evil spirit has planted in them, in their minds and subconscious, such a concept. Of course, loving self without that first and foremost commandment, love God with all who you are. It is really a road, a path leading you to selfishness, to egoism. That's true. Then you think about self and for self-love only. Then I asked them another question. Do you love your God? Do you love your God with all your mind, soul, strength, and heart? And they look at me and they say, nobody told us this. Nobody is telling us this. Nobody is showing us this, to love God with all who we are. People, they say how we should behave, how we should practice, and that's it, what they talk about faith. Hardly we can see here and see the inspiration coming from the others to build up that relationship, personal relationship with God through love. And they say it is impossible. Of course, then you can see that they never practice such a thing. So the message of today's gospel for you, for me, for us, Catholics and Christians, is love your God. Love your God with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, and all your strength. And love your neighbor as yours. Have a very blessed and good Sunday.